This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so far we have seen how to install our Jenkins, how to write jobs, how to trigger jobs uh, when something changes in your source control management, how to trigger the job, and how to kind of look for the job continuously, right? Any changes in the repository, we will trigger the job. So we have seen all those things. All those things we have seen just by using some text files and something which is of no uh, kind of any use to us, but at least the process that what's happening is what we understood. So let's now take real example, a Java project, and we will see how to kind of build the var file and how to deploy automatically, right? So for build Java projects, there are many tools like Maven, Gradle, Apache, and these are all some of the tools, and we will be using Maven. It's very easy. Okay, so we will use Maven and we will see how to download Maven, how to set up and how to configure in our local so that it is easy for us to kind of compile and make the code as the package. So what this project has, it simply has a hello world page. That's all, nothing else. It has a Java uh, file with just a print statement, nothing else in that. And we have an index.jsp page, so we will use that to kind of build build the project using our Maven, since it's a Java project. I also have a repository for a .NET project. I'll show you that. I'm not very good at .NET, but still I can just show you what is that, and you can just take a look if you're guide towards .NET and Microsoft. This one you can use MS Build. MS Build is a build tool for your .NET and other Microsoft related stuff, right? So that is what we are going to see today. So let's talk about Maven first. Okay. Don't worry, when you go anywhere, right, you will not be getting much any questions on Maven, because all that you need to know is how to download and configure it, because Maven as such is not a very big deal, right? It's very easy. All that everything comes pre-cooked for you. All that you need to do is to just use some methods from Maven. That's all. So you just need to know what this Maven will do and how to configure that, right? So Maven is a project management and comprehension tool that provides develops a complete build lifecycle framework, right? So what do you mean by this? Means I have a Java code. How do I compile using Jenkins in an automated way, right? If I'm having it in my local, I can go and do a Java C, and can compile the Java files using Java C as a compiler. But what happens when we do as a part of the pipeline, as part of the automation, right? That is where we have to use the Maven tool. So dev team can automate the project build infrastructure almost no time. I told, right? It's very easy to set up this Maven. Okay. In case of multiple development environment teams, Maven can be set up the same way as per standards in very short time. As most of the project setups are simple and reusable, Maven makes life of a developer easy while creating reports, checks, builds, and testing automation script. All this, there's so many options are there available within Maven as well, but we will be more focusing on how to build the project, right? Rather than giving some reports and all the other stuff. But there are a lot of plugins which you can use with Maven to create reports and stuff. So Maven provides developers the way to manage the following: build, documentation, reporting, dependencies, SMS source control management, then releases, distribution. You can also control your mailing list, everything from this one. So Maven kind of supports all these things, even though our primary objective to use Maven is to use it as a build tool. The primary goal of Maven is to provide developers with the following: a comprehensive model for your project, which is reusable, maintainable, and easy to comprehend. Plugins or tools that interacts with the declarative model. So very important thing is the Maven project structure and its contents are declared in an XML file called POM, pom.xml, which is nothing but project object model, POM. Okay, this pom.xml is where you will have all the details of the project and certain attributes of the projects that needs to be there, which is the fundamental unit of the entire Maven system, this pom.xml. So the Maven, there are so many Maven project structure. You can go through this. You can just go to official site. The site is apache.maven.com, I believe. Let's go and see that. You can go and read a lot of things you want to read there. but I recommend don't waste time in doing that, right? Maven Apache, just go to Maven Apache and go to this Maven. You can see all the different plugins, different Mavens, Palms, and everything. You can take it from here. And this is where I also took it. Okay, but we will see how to download this. And it's an open source project, so it's available for free. So it's basically Apache's project. Okay, Apache has a lot of open source projects, and that is why we kind of use all these things, right? So these are some of the project structures, like where source main will have all the library sources, then resource some main resources, filters, web application, test resources, all the test filters. Then you have integration tests, assembly description, sites, licenses, notepad, readme text, everything, right? Normal project structure. And Maven, at its heart, a plugin execution framework. All work is done by plugins, just like Jenkins, looking for a specific goal to execute. There are the builds and the operating reporting plugins. Build plugins will be executed during the build, and they should be configured in the build attribute. This is the tag in XML, which when you configure something within the build, they're called build plugins. Reporting plugins will be executed during site generation, and they should be configured in the reporting attribute. Reporting plugin should be both internationalized and can be localized also. If you internationalize, or which we can say globalized, then you can refer it, you can define in one place and refer in many places. Localized is to local to only that particular program, right? Just like you have a global variable and a local variable. And there are a lot of plugins here. And if you go into the documentation, you will see these plugins. When type B means it's build, R means reporting, right? Clean, compiler, deploy, fail safe, install, resource, site, so many things are there. These are all belongs to the build category, right? Build category, EAR, EJB. EJB is all old one. We don't use EJBs now. JAR, VAR is the one we will use now. So all those things are build. These are all reporting tools like change log, changes, check style, right? It's kinds of create a check style kind of a report. You can see that. And then you have some reporting tool like JXR, right? So you can create some reports and stuff. So when you say B plus R, it is both used for build as well as for reporting. Javadoc will give you a documentation during build, and also it can produce a reporting as well. Okay. As I told you, POM is the fundamental unit of work in Maven. It's an XML file that contains information about project and configuration details used by Maven to build the project. It contains default values for most of the projects, right? So once you define this POM, you don't have to change for any project. Only thing is, we will only keep changing the goals of the Maven. Okay. I'll show you what are the goals and what are the goals that we will be using. When executing a task or a goal, Maven looks for the POM in the current directory. It reads the POM, gets the needed configuration information, then it executes the goal. One of the goal is clean is one of the goal. Test is one of the goal. Package is one of the goal, right? Some of the configuration that can be specified in POM are the project dependencies, plugins, goals that can be executed, the build profiles, and so on. Other information such as project version, description, developers, mail list can also be specified. They're all optional. And the minimum requirement for a POM are these particular tag should be there, attributes, right? Project root, model version should be set to 40, group ID, artifact ID, and version. So this is what it looks like minimum, right? It looks like minimum. This should be there in a pom.xml for your this one to work, right? So you can give a model version, group ID, it can be anything, then artifact ID, then version of the project. So as we explained earlier, right? So Maven is based upon the central concept of build lifecycle. What this means is that the process of building and distributing a particular artifact or project is clearly defined in the pom.xml. In Maven, you have to clearly say what you're going to build, how you are going to build, and where you're going to place it. For the person building the project, it means that it is only necessary to learn a small set of commands. You don't have to kind of know the entire Maven architecture, which is not needed. There are three built-in build life cycles: default, clean, and site. They're all by default, it will be there. Default, clean, and site. The default lifecycle handles your project deployment. The clean lifecycle handles the project cleaning, while the site lifecycle handles the creation of your project sites documentation, right? So these are the three things that are built in lifecycles. Build lifecycle is made up of phases. Each of these build lifecycles is defined by a different list of build phases, wherein a build phase represents a stage in the lifecycle. For example, the default lifecycle comprises of the following phases. For a complete list, just refer to your lifecycle reference in the documentation. So you have validate. Validate the project is currently correct, and all necessary information is available. If you do a validate, if you do a compile, it will compile the source code of the project. Test the compiled source code using suitable unit testing framework. These tests should not require any code to be packaged or deployed. Okay. Then package. Take the compiled code and package it into distributable formats such as WAR file, jar file, or whatever file that you wanted to go and deploy. Then verify. Run any checks on the result integration tests to ensure quality criteria are met. Install the package into local repository for the use as a dependency in other projects locally. Then last is deploy. Done in build environment, copies the final package to remote repository for sharing with other developers and projects. So these are some of the lifecycle phases that we have. So the ones in red, please just go through that once. You may be using these things at any point of time. Either 2 or 3 or more, right? You will be using. Okay, just keep in mind, these are all plugin based. So Maven works on plugin based. There are reporting plugin and there are build plugins. So you can install your plugins accordingly. Okay, let's see how to set up this Maven. I will show you in Windows as well as in Linux. Okay, we will see both the stuff. So it's very easy. Just go to this place, right? maven.apache.com, download.cgi. Just go to this download folder. This is what your download.cgi is. Go ahead and select a zip file. Since you are in Windows, go and select a zip file, right? Binary zip archive, or sorry, here source zip archive, right? Select one. From here 386 is the latest one, I believe. So go ahead and download this zip file. Once you download this zip file, unzip this file and set the maven/bin path in your path and see if your Maven is installed correctly. Okay, I have already have this one and I've already unzipped the file. I'll show you how to set up this in the path, and then I will show you how to check the version, right? So what we will do, we will go to, so I have already downloaded this was downloaded very long back. Okay, because you might be downloading latest version. I might have had the old one, doesn't matter. See here, which one is the current one, right? Okay, let's go for this one, right? Apache Maven 363. Apache Maven 363. Just download this and just unzip. Once you have unzipped this, just go to your Windows and select for environmental variables, right? So how do you go and set up your environment variables? Click on this edit environment variables. You will go here, and what you need to do, just scroll down under the system variable, go to the path. Sorry, not in this one. I missed it somewhere. Okay, this one, environment variables. Go to click on environment variables and select the system variable as path. Once you click on this path, double click here and you can find your Apache here. See, you have to set this path, whatever path you have put, until bin, right? How to set up this one? Click on this new and go and paste it here, whatever you have that path, right? So this is the path /bin up to bin. You need to paste it. Once you save, put it here and click OK, come out. Then to just check, go to your command prompt and just say mvn-v version. MVN stands for Maven. Okay, if you have installed it correctly, you should get your Maven homepage like this, Apache Maven, right? This is the way that you need to set up your Maven. It's very, very simple. All that you need to do is just download the zip file, unzip it, take this path till bin, go to your environment variables and go and set up that under the system variable. That's all. It's in Windows, right? We are just saying only about Windows now. Okay, what's going to happen after you set up this Maven here, right? So we need to set up the global tools in our Jenkins so that whenever we are trying to build something, it will automatically take the Maven from our local if you are using Jenkins in your local. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Okay, so let's go to Jenkins. Inside the Jenkins, go to Manage Jenkins and get into Global Tools Configuration. So whatever tools that we configure here, you can refer it in our when we are creating the pipelines or when we create whatever we wanted, right? We can create and we can refer in those jobs. So let's go and see what are things that we can set up here, right? So we have Git, we have Java, and we can also do this one. So first go to JDK, click on JDK installation and click on add JDK and put a local JDK here. Put just a name for your JDK and give your path to the Java JDK that you downloaded earlier. I think for you it should be JDK 11 dot something, right? Whatever I gave you. So you can go and put your file name without the bin. Okay, it's in JDK. Next is Git. Git, the name can be default and path can be git.exe. Just to validate all these things, right, you simply need to hit Git. It will show you Git, right? So that is what you just need to give here, git.exe. Then Maven. In Maven, give a name for the Maven and give the home for the Maven without the bin. Okay, so when you are trying to create a Maven project, it will ask you which Maven you want to use. Then we can say use this local Maven, use this Git, use this local Java, right? We can do all these things and go and please set up this one. Okay, we will see how to set up in Unix as well, right? Let's get into Unix quickly and do a quick setup, right? So what we are going to do, we will see how to set up those things in Unix as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to install my Git and Linux. Okay, sorry, Jenkins. Okay, let's go and try to install your Jenkins, and then we will set up Maven and everything from there. Make sure you have the key pair because that's very important. You need to log into those machine to download the Maven and stuff, right? So when the system is loading itself, I will be having all the Jenkins and everything up and running, right? So this is what is going to happen. Let's go launch this machine. This initialization will take few minutes. Let's hold on to get that. So you can connect to this in many ways, right? We have something called MOBA external. You can use mobile extern to connect. That UI looks good. Let me show you that also. It's a open source download. You can download it. Go to sessions and connect an SSH session. This is your remote host. Specify the name of the user, EC2-user. Then go to advanced settings and use the private key. Select the private key, whatever that you have attached there, right? Go to desktop, and I have AWS key somewhere, right? Select this .pim file, right? And go to the terminal setting. You can change background and all those things, right? It's up to you. And you can also say this one as my Jenkins server. The advantage of opening it via these tools, right? You can open a tab by tab, so you can have parallel systems running. Okay, that's a advantage. Whereas in Putty, you cannot have parallel windows open. You have to open one by one separately. See, it's all done now. You're able to see it, right? Okay, let's clear this and let's wait for some time until the status check is done, right? The status check is done, because that is where you will be able to get this one. But if you are not patient enough, you can go and check if your Jenkins is up. Okay, you need to wait. It will download and it will start. Okay. Once that is happening, then we will have to go and install our Maven and set up the path. And similarly for Git, JDK, Maven, we will set up all this path in our the global tools, and we will see how to take our test project, and we'll see how to modify and attach it and deploy it, right? That's what we are going to do. Just give a few minutes. Make sure Git is also installed, otherwise you will not be able to check in, check out, or not. Okay. Okay, starting the Jenkins. I already have in my local lot of plugins, so I wanted to show you here the plugins that we need for this build and all those process, right? Okay, so we got our page. Just go back here and do a sudo cat and for this you will get the ID here. Copy this, go ahead and paste it here and say continue. Don't save this, don't install any plugin, just leave this off as we did, right? Make sure you change your password, because it's again difficult to keep hold of that initial password. So it will be easy for us to remember. Okay, that's fine. Now let's go to manage Jenkins and go to manage plugins and go to available plugin and please select GitHub. Okay, GitHub plugin we need. Okay, and install without restart. It will put all the servers, all the related, this one it will put. So let it install that. Okay, so now let's go and set up our Maven as well, right? Okay, everything is passed. You need not worry. Let's go see how to install Maven in Linux. So to install Maven in Linux, we need to download this Maven repo, and then we will just need to install Apache Maven, and let's see how this one works, right? So take this repo. Make sure it is in sudo, so you're doing it as a root. Okay, it's all updated now. Maven repo. Once the repo is done, then do a SCD. It will replace release server with some this one, right? It will go and replace some characters there. Okay, that's done. Now simply all that we need to do is just install the Apache Maven. Where's this guy? Okay, download and install all the dependencies of this, right? Okay, we are done. Okay, just go and check mvn-b. See, you're able to see here this one. So whatever we have done there, it's the same thing here. Okay, so we have set up the Maven now. Let's go and set up our JDK local kit and Maven from our global tools, right? For that, just go to what happened here. Okay, go to manage Jenkins, go to global tools configuration. First add the JDK, and you can call whatever JDK you want to say. Say it as local JDK. Local JDK is in your local, it's in our this one. So make sure you give the correct home that wherever you have. So this is the one that I have given there. I hope this is the correct one. Let's see. Okay, I want to find something. Just go and say which JDK. It will give you the path to the JDK. There is no JDK in user local bin. Okay, and say which Java user bin Java is there. I don't know exactly where the JDK is. Actually, we have the JDK for JDK 11. We installed it. We already installed the Open JDK 11. Okay, let's see if we have something here. User lib JVM. Okay, all the guys are here only. Okay, all the guys are here, so it will work. So take this for JDK and go ahead and put it here. Java home. Okay, it's not a directory on the Jenkins controller, but perhaps it exists on some other agents. Don't worry about that. Just leave it. What happened? 18 is not there. Okay, let's go and put the Java JDK to this guy. Does not look like a JDK directory. What happened? It's a JDK directory only, right? Are we missing something? Do something here. Just give me 1 minute. A lot of Java versions here. It's all there, right? We give till bin. Let's see. I think we need to give till bin. One 180. We don't have 180. Okay. We have 1.7. To go and check this, okay, and then give it accordingly. Okay, it's fine. So it's done. Now go to Git and say as local Git. You can just leave it as default. Just path is just Git. Go and verify that also, right? Just put Git, you will get the commands here. Then come down and put the Maven, and you can just say local Maven. Local Maven. Don't say install automatically. Just give whatever that you have downloaded, right? So we have downloaded this only. Should be user share Apache Maven. Okay, do a save. Okay, now we have set up all these things. So we have put only the Git plugin. Now let's go and see if we can write some job. Before going to the job, let's go and see what we have in our repository, right? So this is the source code of the repository where you have a server and a web app module, okay, and you have a pom.xml, and inside server again you have a pom.xml, you have source, then you have main. This is the Java program that I was talking about here. This is a Java program that I was talking about. So it will download this Java and it will go and package that are into a war file or something. Okay. So let's see how to create a job to see whether we are actually able to do the package of this, or let's call this as a build job, right? Okay, so write it in your local or in EC2, it's up to you. Go to Git, the repository URL is this. Okay. This is the public repository, you can use the same. Okay, once you're done, come to build steps. Inside the build steps, say invoke top level Maven targets. Invoke top level Maven targets. What is the Maven version? The local Maven that we did there. What are the goals that we need? We need to do a clean and then validate and package. Validate, package. Now these are all the goals here that we have given, right? See, these are the goals that we given. Validate, clean, package. These are all three goals that we are using. Let's see whether we are able to build this, right? First, let's go and do this. Okay, my job is done now. Let's go and do a build now. Let's see whether it works or not, right? Just go back to, click on that number and go to a console output. You can see all the things that are happening. Okay, it will download all the dependencies and then it will start compiling your source code, right? See here, your build is success, right? Your build is success, all that is done. What it has done, it has built the war file and it has put it in the webapp.war, right? If you go to this particular path, workspace build job, this is where our workspace is, right? Paste this here, you will see all the things here that it will have downloaded everything, and once it is done, under the web app in target, it has created webapp.war. web app, target, go here, just see, it has created October 15th just now, right? Date, see, 13/10/13/9, it has created the war file. Okay, it has created the war file by compiling everything. So this way you can go back and analyze your, if there is any error, you can go and see. The first time it will take some time, but from the second time onwards, you will be able to kind of go and see. Let's go and see what happens. Where is it? Okay, here is it. We just started manually. So what it is trying to do, it went into this repository, it downloaded all the things. The last commit was this one, whatever we had the previous classes, somewhere around 4-5 months. Okay, so it has started now validating the package. See, you are only saying MVN clean validate package. These are the 3 goals that we have given for this particular job. So it is scanning the project, then it is validating, and it will start building the code. Okay, now we don't know whether this this code is fine, it's already there. What happens if there are some errors, right? Let's go and check what happens if there are some errors and how this build will happen. For that, what we will do, we will go here and see if we can see colon users, just create a folder with today's date, say 10/15 May 1, all right? Just put it as 10/15 May 1. May 1. Click on this, right click here, go to git bash and do a init. Git init on this one. Then you just need to do git remote add origin and paste this guy. That's added. Now you just say git pull. Okay, everything is here. Go back here, you can see all the files here. Now the next step for us is to make some changes, deploy it, push it, and build the package again, right? So for that, what we will do, let's go to server, right? Go to src, go to main, and so you have to go and see all the different things that you have. Okay, com example, and go and see there is a greater.java. Just go and click on this greater.java and do a vi, and let's go and modify something, right? Put I for insert, and let's go and see what to do, right? Let's try to fix something we have done, right? Intentionally we are trying to put some error now. Okay, so now what we have to do, we basically need to do a git status. It's normal one, whatever we are doing normally, right? Git add dot, okay, git commit -m updated greater.java, then just say git push origin master. Okay, that's done. Now go back here, just refresh it here again. Okay, see updated greater Java. Just get into that, and just to make sure whatever we have done. See, we have removed this this one. Now go ahead and run this job again. Let's go and see what happens now. Right? Let's go and say build now again, right? Now job number 2 is getting built. Okay, click on this, go to the console output. See here, if you're having any error, it will throw you error like this, right? Compilation failure because there was a semicolon expected in Java. So if you are having any compile issue, the build will fail. Okay, build will fail and everything will get skipped. So you have to go back again and fix that guy. And it's as usual, right? Everything that you do. Okay, let this be there. So what we will do now, I have packaged this war file. What is the next step for us to do? For us is to deploy. Okay, for us is to deploy this. Before we deploy this, let's go and see what we need to do to deploy this one, right? So what I'm going to do is basically we are going to create this war file and we are going to archive this war file, and in the next job we are going to take the war file from the archive and we are going to deploy it into our Tomcat, right? That's what we are going to do. For that, what we need to do, let's go to okay, let's first do this git add dot, okay, git commit -m, say updated Java file, and say git push origin master. So this guy will go and push everything there. So we are good there now. So what we are going to do, we are going to install another plugin called archive the artifacts. Archive the artifacts. Okay. So just go to your configure page of this job and post build. After the build is done, we are asking it to archive the war file that we have used. Just go and see if you already have anything. If you have, sometimes the default it will come along with the git plugin also. So please go ahead and select that archive the artifact, and you have to say what file you want to archive, right? So //star.war file. But there is only one war file, so it will just take that war file and it will archive. Let's go now, build this and see what is happening, right? Let's do a build now. We have already checked in the correct code. So we will build this now and go back to build number 3, go to console output. See, it's building. Once it's building, it has already archived your artifacts now. Okay, so it has created the war file and war file has been archived. Now the next step is to install Tomcat Apache, and we will see whether the Tomcat Apache is running. Then we will take the this war file and deploy to our Tomcat server. So which means that when you change some code and deploy it, it will automatically build and deploy to the server, right? That's what we are going to see. Let's go on the top, go to build job. See, last successful artifacts. This is what has happened, right? So it has already archived here, this one. Now this step is fine. Now let's go to the next one. Any questions here, guys, so far? So we saw how to install Jenkins, install the plugins, we installed the Maven, and then we made sure the Maven is installed correctly. Then we went and created our global tools configuration using Maven and JDK and Git. Then we have written the job to fetch it from the our repository and build the job and create a war file. Once the war file is created, we have asked it to archive the war. That's, we have done these things so far. Okay, this is what you can do. You can archive the war file. In the post build of the Jenkins build job, you can select the archive that you want to artifact that you want to archive, and you can archive it. Now this is where next one is your Apache. Now fine, my war file is ready. What is next? Right, I have to deploy to some server, right? So I'm going to create an Apache server and we will install that in the Apache server. Okay, to do that, go to Apache. That's also Tomcat. Tomcat. Select download Tomcat. Tomcat is also belongs to Apache only. Okay, let's go and see how to do this. For this, what we will do, we will have to create another machine, okay? Or I already have my this one in local. We can do both. Let me show you by creating one more server also, so everything is clean, right? Let's go click this guy first and just say my Apache Tomcat or whatever you want to say. Don't say everything is fine. Just make sure you are having the key so that you are able to delete this, and make sure your security groups allows port 8080. Again, please be very careful. Tomcat also runs in 8080 and your Jenkins also runs on 8080. Now already my Jenkins is running on 8080, but it is a different server, so no issue. If it is the same server in local, one has to run in 8080, one has to run in 8081 or 82. It's up to you, okay? But no two services can run on the same port. Just keep that in mind, okay? This is the different server, so it can run. So this is my Apache. I'll go and set up this one. While that is coming up, go click on sessions. Let's go and see how to download this and install as well, right? So I have selected the same key, so please select the key correctly, and let's keep all these things as it is and just say this Tomcat, the Tomcat server. Just say okay. You can see it's like a tab, so you can click here, come back here and do all those things, right? So all these things are done. Now let's go into sudo yum update, which will update your latest AMI with the all the security patches that are there. Okay, once that is done, please go ahead and go to this page and download the zip file. So you can do either in your local or in your this one. Both are same, right? Okay, this is the Tomcat. Okay, you can download Tomcat 8, 9, 10, whatever you want, right? We'll go with the Tomcat 8, right? Tomcat 8. And what we are going to do, we are going to take this zip file. Okay, I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to buy this one. Sorry, I'm going to say sudo wget and paste it. Okay, it has downloaded this. Just go here. You would see this. Say unzip. Say Apache does unzip, right? Nothing else to do. Don't worry. That's it. Okay, Apache is done. So once you download the Apache, there are certain things that you need to change. Okay, so go to the Apache configuration folder, open the server.xml. If your Jenkins and Apache is running on the same machine, make sure they are running in different ports. Now for me, both are different machines, so no issues. Otherwise, you need to make sure this 8080 is changed to 8090. Let's go and see where to change this. When you go inside this one, let me make this big, right? Okay, go here, go to Apache Tomcat, and go and see you have a conf folder here, and you have a server.xml. Click on this server.xml. Okay, server.xml, and when you come down here, and you can search for 8080. Okay, see here, connector port. Okay, here this particular symbol, right? This is a opening of the comment and closing of a comment in XML file. So this is not commented, this is commented. Okay, so connector port 8080, make this to 8081. Whatever you want, you can change if you are using the same machine, right? If it's a different machine, then there is no issue. Both can run on the same port. Okay, this is on the configuration side. The first one. The second one that you need to do, just go and see if you can go to the bin folder and start up. In the, I'll show you in Windows also, I'll show you here also, right? Let's go to the Apache bin folder. Let's go to Apache bin folder, see where we are. We are under the conf. go back to bin folder and go and select for, okay, where is it? Startup.sh is what we need to do. So you can either say sh startup.sh. Okay, it has to have a permission. So let's go and make the executable permission as sudo chmod plus x. Okay, give executive permission for star.sh. Okay, now if you go and see, you will see all in colors now. Okay, now you go and do startup.sh. Okay, some JRE home is not set on this one. Okay, neither Java home or JRE home is not defined. So where we will go and define this. And you go to startup.sh. What this guy is trying to do. This is your shell script. Okay, this is your shell script. You can go down, and it is trying to call this catalina.sh. Okay, it's trying to call the catalina.sh. Just go down and you can see your all your Catalina stuff, and Java home needs to be set here. Catalina home, right? Your Java home is trying to search in the path for Java home. If it is available, it will take, otherwise it will throw an error. So we can go and set the Java home. So you can just say export Java home equal to, and we didn't have Java here, I believe, right? We didn't have Java here. We don't have Java here, so we will need to install the Java. Java doesn't come with this one, so you need to install your Java separately. Okay, you can do that, or you can code and we'll go to the local also and check, right, how we can do this. We already have Java, everything there already, so we should be okay. Okay. Java is there. Now where are we? Apache pin. Okay, Tomcat has been started. You see here, Tomcat has been started. Now let's go and see if the Tomcat is really started. To check that, take this IP address, go back here and put it here and say :88. See, your Apache Tomcat has been installed. Now your server is up and running. So we have the server ready, and we will go and see how to deploy this in the server. Okay. Before we deploy in the server, we need to make some changes to some XML so that we will have some right permissions for us to deploy it. Okay. So for that, what we need to do, we have to go to tomcat users.xml. There is a file called tomcat users.xml under conf folder, and we have to go and change the role name. Who can do all these things, right? That we need to give the username, passwords, and stuff. Let's go back. So what we can do, we will shut down now. Okay, we will shut it down. Okay, it's down. So just to check if it is down or not, just go on, refresh here and see it is down. Okay, good. Now go back to your conf folder, and there is something called tomcat users.xml. Okay, if you don't make this change, it will not work. You will not be able to deploy it. Okay, do I come to the end, the last line, right? The end of the file. This is the where we have the end of the file. Okay, so you can either copy on the top and make the change, or you can put this in the notepad and make the change, and you can just paste it there. It's up to you. Okay, let's do that. Let's go and put this in this one. This is what we are saying. So role name is manager script, role name is admin UI, and we are passing username, password. Of course, for now I'm passing tomcat, but this password cannot be a plain text. It should always be a encrypted text. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Just copy this. I've just given in the PPT. You just need to take that and just go ahead and paste this guy out. Okay, that's all. Okay, fine. So now let's go and do this. Okay, let this be there, and we will see what we can do now. Once this is done, the only thing that we need to do is we have to go and add a plugin called copy artifact and deploy to container. These two plugins we need to add so that we can deploy to a Tomcat container. We can copy the artifact that we have already archived, right? So let's go back to our Jenkins, go to dashboard, manage Jenkins and manage plugins, and go to available and say copy artifact. Copy artifact is one of the, this one you need to install. Okay, because we already archived the artifact. So now we have to copy and then deploy to the container. Just give it a minute. Let this complete. Yeah, everything is complete. Now go back again to manage, manage plugins again. Okay, and go and say deploy to container. We are deployed to container, right? So deploy to container. So you can, this plugin allows you to deploy a WAR file container after a successful build to Glassfill 3x remote deployment. Okay, just go and install this without restart. Okay, deploy to container. Okay, now let's go and see how we can write the job and deploy this. When you write a job, that is fine, but when you are executing the job, make sure your Apache is up and running. If the Apache is not running, it will not be able to deploy. Okay, so let's go back to bin. Say startup.sh, it has already started. Go back, take this and go and see if your Tomcat is up and running :8080. Okay, they're all running now. Let's go and write a job to see how we can deploy into this, right? So we have already built we have taken the code, we have built using Maven, we have archived the WAR file, whatever it is created. Now we are going to write a job which will pick up that WAR file and deploy into our Tomcat container. Okay, for that, what we are going to do, we're going to write a new job. Okay, already we have a job called package. So let's do it as a deploy to dev, right? Deploy to dev. Let's keep it as this name and just go down on freestyle, select OK. Now this time we will not be picking up the code from Git because already the previous job has picked up this one and it has created the WAR file. This job will deploy the WAR file to Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat. Okay, nothing we have to do here. Okay, build step, you say copy artifacts from another project. Which project? The previous project, right? The project name is package. Just give me 1 minute. What is the previous job name we gave? I didn't get that right. Is it package or just build a job, right? So copy the artifact from the previous and make sure the last bill, what you wanted to copy, you just need to want to copy the start.work, right? Just copy this archive. Once it's all copied, okay, just come down in the post, sorry, add another build step. Once it is copied, then deploy the var to the container. Okay, so the var file that you want to do is your start.var. Okay, and add the container. So we are using Tomcat. Tomcat is doing till 8x. 8x is our Tomcat. Okay, for Tomcat we have given username password. So we need to pass that username password. Click on this credential provider and username password. Username is Tomcat and the password is also Tomcat what we have given, right? And ID for this is Tomcat. Whatever name you want, you can give. We'll give it as Tomcat, and description also give it as Tomcat. Okay, add this, and when you come here, you can select this here. Okay, and the Tomcat URL you need to give. So this is the Tomcat URL that you need to provide. So now it will try to deploy it here. Okay, so let's go and see if it is trying to deploy this. Okay. Okay, don't worry about this. Don't save any passwords. Okay, go and do a build now, and let's see if this is getting built. Okay, there is an error here. Let's go back and check what is the error. Okay. Failed to deploy this war file. Okay. Build step failed with this one. It's a deploy to dev var container tomcat 9x with context equal to null. So maybe it's not able to pick up your this one. Let's try to copy the artifact that is also done. Attempting to deploy is where we are having this issue. Just go back and check your configuration once and make sure your Tomcat is also up and running. And sometimes what will happen, you might not have access to deploy, so we need to check the permissions as well. Let's go to deploy to this one. Okay, all this is fine. Okay, why this is failing? Just give me 1 minute. Maybe this war file name I have
Maybe we have to give permission for that build job.
I'm just checking that. I don't think so. We need to give the permission. Let me quickly go to my local Apache and we will go and check here. Okay, just give me 1 minute. You don't have to give that number. That the job will already have this one. Okay, I'm just opening some random this one. Go and configure. So this error we used to get sometimes, so we'll have to just check that. Nothing to do especially, right? Okay, all this is fine, nothing is different here, right? We have given everything. Same the Tomcat, this one, the local host it's running. That's it, right? Nothing is different. So let's go run this again and see. Not able to catch hold of something, I don't know. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. We'll just check this quickly, right? Okay. Should not be with null. We'll check it out in local also. Just hold on for a minute, right? It's all same, nothing different, right? See, they're also doing everything same. The problem is, okay, that we have given correctly the context path / instead of root. Manager UI is created. The context path we did not give. Okay, that's fine. That's the only thing that's different here. Okay. I don't think so. That should be the issue. It's an option only. I don't know why it is asking. Anyway, let's go and try to give that and see. If that doesn't work, we'll go and check in our local. Okay. So the container should publish the var ER note that this may get overridden if var ER deploy has container specific configuration embedded inside.
Chandra, maybe in the credentials one, if you see it till star, it was there, and we have some remote also. That
No, 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 no. That will show only star.
okay.
Okay, the passwords will be showing only as star. Okay, I think it's something else that let's not waste time here. I'll just come back on this and let you know what the issue is. Okay. Let's go and set up this in our local also, right? Let's go and set up in our local. Okay, for local, I'll have to make sure sorry, not Apache Maven, Apache Tomcat stage of production. So many things I have. Okay, we have to get into and see where we need to have. Just give me 1 minute. We'll just quickly put it here. Apache Tomcat 8565. Go to conf and go to server.xml. Scroll down. Where are you? Where is the connector? It's running on port 8090. Okay, fine. So we will use this only. What is that? 865. Okay. And here, if you see in your this one, in Windows it's batch file. So start.bat. So you have to put startup.bat. Startup.bat. Enter here. There will be a small window like this, which will start the server. So this, if you close this small window, you will not be able to deploy it. Okay. So it is running. It's running in on, I think, 8090, right? Just minimize this and server startup. I just lost my power. We'll see how much time it will go. I don't know. So let's go and say localhost 8090. Is that 8090 or what did we see? What's happening? Your server is started up in which one? 865. Failed to initialize the connector on 8090. Something else is referring there. Stop this. Down here. And let's go to the some other thing that we have, right? So you have your Apache. Multiple Apaches are there. Go to this prod, go to the conf, and go to server.xml and see where we are, right? I don't know which port. I have a lot of Apaches are there. So just scroll down and check for the connector. 8009. 8009. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. Eight thousand nine. Okay. Your connector is not bringing it up. I don't know. 8009. Okay, good. This is up. Let's try to deploy it here and see, right? Let's write some job to see if we can deploy it. So what we will do, we'll go to the dashboard and we will create two jobs, one to package and one to do this. Then we will just go and see how to. We'll have this as 1015 package. Okay, let's go down, down, down. Select the Git, give you a repository. That is fine. No credentials here. Master branch, all that is fine. No build triggers, no build environment, build steps, invoke a top level, Maven target. Okay, select your Maven and give a this one clean test package, right? Clean test package and post build job. Make sure you archive your artifact. Okay, files to archive // star dot var. Okay, save this and see if you can first build this out. Build schedule. Just go down. Okay. The last commit message also came, so I think it should build and archive it correctly. Okay, it has already archived the artifact. Let's quickly go and create another job to deploy this, right? So say a new item and just say 1015 deploy job, right? Make sure your local Tomcat is also running. Okay, deploy job. Okay, nothing, you don't do anything, just copy the artifacts from another project. Another project is 1015. What we have the package job, right? The last build artifacts to copy. Just put start.var. That's only one. You can give name also if you need, right? And then add a build step again and say, what is it? Where is that? Deploy var or AR files, right? Just go and say //star dot var and add the container. And again, ours is the Tomcat 8. So I already have a lot of credentials. Okay, let's go and create a new credential because I don't know which one is the right one. So let's select username password and let's say the username is Tomcat and the password I've given is also Tomcat. Okay, and the ID I will give it here as 1015 Tomcat. Okay, so that it will be easy for me to refer there. And just scroll down and say add and come here and select 1015 Tomcat. Okay, and the Tomcat URL will be this one, localhost 8009. Okay, and now see this and see, let's see if we can build this out. See, it's already deployed. So how do we go and check, right? /web app. See, this is your page that we got. Okay, fine. Now let's go. Now we have to automate this job. We have written separate job to uh, build it, separate job to deploy. So let's go and automate this job. So any changes that I make automatically has to trigger my build job and it has to call my deployment job as well. So what we are going to do, we are going to say this job should not be called manually. This job needs to always be called after your build job is successful. Okay, so let's go to 1015 build job. Okay, where is it? 1015 build job. Yeah, 1015 package job is there, right? So after this package is done, then what we can do, go and configure and say, now you will see the full automation that we are doing, right? Just give me a minute. Once this is done, I'll show you. As we make changes to our GitHub and check in, automatically build has to trigger and it has to do all those things, right? So do all these things, come to the end and say the post build action. Okay, post build action, build another project. Which project to build? Say 1015. You call this deploy job. That's it, right? So what will happen by default? By default, when you call this job, automatically this will get built. Now that's one thing. Second thing we need to do is we have to make some change so we can see something in this page, right? Then only we will know whether we have made the change or not, right? Let's go back here and see where we are. We are totally outside. Okay. Okay. So what we are going to do? We are going to go to web app, and we are going to source, and we are going to main, sorry, cd main, and inside main you go to web app, and there you have a index.jsp. This is the page. If you make some change, you can see it immediately. So let's go to index.jsp, and this is what we have there, right? Whatever we had. So let's simply just say change some color or text to see if we are able to get it right. So I'll just say blue, and welcome to my automated deployment. Okay, let's go and save this out and say git add dot git commit -m, and just say updated index, right? Index.jsp. Okay, and go and say control push, git push origin. This guy will push it there now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to call this package as job. It will automatically downstream project. See, the downstream project has been set to deploy job. So if I go and build this, what should happen? It has to build this one, and it has to call that. Okay, go to the console output. See, it's trying to build it with a new code, whatever we have pushed it, and it has to call the other job at the end. Okay, it has triggered the job 10:15, build the job. Go back here and say 10:15, build the job. Where is the 10:15? We'll see 10:15 build job is already started executing. Now go back here and just do a refresh. We have changed from red to blue, so automatically this is done. Now this is only a partial automation. The main automation that we need to do is what? We need to create a webhook for this, and as I keep changing, it has to trigger the deployment, right? So let's go and do that also, right? For that, as I told you last time, we have to do the, since we are doing it in the local, we'll have to bring that ncork so that it can go and create the webhook from there, right? So let's go and see what is that, right? Webhook here, right? So what we wanted to do, all that I need to do, just open this tunnel in my local. I'm just going to open this tunnel in my local. Okay. And I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to my GitHub and set up a webhook. So we have seen all these things last class itself, but this is just to show you how we can automate our entire stuff. So now if you remember, you go back, you can see we would have automated the entire stuff, right? Just go to webhooks. Okay. Edit this webhook and make sure you give your confirm your access again, and go and change this because this was the old one. Okay, old one, and go and update your webhook and go to recent deliveries. Okay, these are all what happened. Something is not correct. Okay, let's delete this then. Go and create a new webhook, and payload URL will be this one, saying GitHub -web hook slash should be there. Don't leave the slash. Okay, and this one will be your application JSON. And all that is fine. Just add a webhook. Just hold on for a minute and go to the recent deliveries and see if you are able to. It's able to push it out. It's able to push it out. So we are good with this also. Now let's go and see if we can trigger this automatically, right? So we are not going to do anything. All I'm just going to do is just going to change something here. Okay. something I'm just giving. Okay, you can give like this. You want to put some colors also, it's all up to you. So you can just go and say style equal to color colon. Say you have blue there. What color you like, you go and give. Okay, take green, right? Say green. Okay, fine. Now let's go and see what happens. So this is done. So do a git add, then do a git commit, and do a git push, right? Git push. Go back to your dashboard. Just hold on here. Webhook is triggered correctly. See here, 724 package is also referring to the same one. Okay. Okay. Why our job did not kick? If anyone can say why. Can anyone say why our job did not kick up? This package.jar did not pick up. Any idea? The reason for that is we missed one configuration here. What is that? We have to trigger this using webhook, right? This job needs to get triggered using the webhook. I don't know, other jobs that is pushing here. It's again going to the same one, right? It's okay. GitHub trigger. Git SCM polling. Let's go save this and stop the trigger in our 724 job. 724 package, right? Just go here. Just did now. Go to configure.
We have to disable it from here.
Yeah. We'll have to disable it. Yeah, otherwise this will trigger. Anyway, it's
So
going
that
to the same this one. So we are still
yes,
able to see that, but let's make sure we kind of disable this, right? Okay, we'll disable this. So for the moment, it will never trigger. Okay, now let's go back and we'll have to make the same change again. Okay, just put something what you wanted to do. Honestly, I don't know if yellow color will come, but that's fine. Git add, then git commit and push. Okay, now our package has been triggered and the package, it was in the queue and it has been triggered now. And after this is over, it has to trigger our that guy, that deploy guy also, right? 10-15 deploy. See, 10-15 deploy job is also done. It's in the queue, it is scheduled. Then it will come to the build executor and start executing. And once it is executed, you can go and check. Now, see here, that's something in yellow here, right? So this is how your complete automation happens when we make some code changes. Now, we have some job which is actually triggered based upon whatever changes that we do. So it's using Maven to build this job because it is a Java project, right? What happens if it is a .NET project, right? Let's go and see that also, right? I want to show you that also. I have some MS build. What is the project name? Let's go and check that in here itself, right? So what you need to do for MS build. Okay, MS build is nothing but your code for your .NET project. Okay, before we configure here, let's go to dashboard and go to manage Jenkins, and you need to download the ms build.exe from the net, and you need to install that. Okay, after you install that only you will be able to, then you will have to go and configure here and just come down. You will get a, once you install that, you will get ms build, and also you need to make sure, we show you quickly here, right? I want you to make sure that you go ahead and add the plugin for ms build, or go to available and search for ms build. See, ms build for .NET, right? Like just like Apache, we need to select this ms build, so you will get this section called ms build here. Click on this ms build, give a name, my ms build, and path to the solution file, path to the solution, path to the ms build wherever it is. For me it is actually here. Okay, you need to go to your folder and check in your Windows where it is, right? If you install Visual Studio, then you will get the ms build. See, inside bin I have ms build. Okay, this is the ms build. Yeah, this is the exe, right? ms build.exe. This is what I've given there. Okay, so this is the path. Okay, now let's go and see how we have written this job, and we will go and see where it is, right? Go to ms build. I don't know about this .NET. I'm not very familiar with .NET, but I'll just show you what I have done. Okay, I've just gone through some notes and I've taken this. Okay, just to show for the people who are working on .NET. People ask me, right? You're only showing me Java. So let's go to here, and this is my ms builder, right? That is the this one. Say jump to my ms build. Where is that? I'm not having that project. Okay, this is my repository. So there is a console app there, something. If you are interested, you can go and take a look at that. So these are some of the solution file. This is a solution file that we will be calling there. Okay, so we have selected that git file, and build triggers again from the hook. Whatever changes you've made, you can do that, and you can go and say build this ms build and call this local build, and build file, which file you want to build, right? You want to build this console app.solution file. That is what it is there here, console app.solution file you need to build. Go ahead and build this, and that's it, right? Let me remove this webhook trigger here. Okay, and let me show you if we can build this. I don't know if it's working or not, but anyway, I'll show you and go and show you what's exactly happening, right? See, it's building all solution configuration. I'm not sure about this, but this is what it's happening. Just like our same thing, right? And your build is successful. I don't know what you will do after the build, so that you need to figure out. I'm not aware of this. So you want to deploy somewhere. I'm not sure how to deploy on a IaaS. So if someone can help me to do that, if you're a .NET guy, that will be great. I'll complete this loop for the other classes, right? So at least for now, you know this. We can do it through MS Build for .NET and Apache for your Maven for your this one. Okay. So this is what we have for our automation. This close to full automation, right? Now here we have written automations using all jobs, right? So we call job inside job, job inside job. What will happen if you wanted to not write like that? You want to write a pipeline. Okay, we need to see what is a pipeline, and we need to see how to write a pipeline. Okay, let's go and first trigger small pipeline, and we will go and see if we can create a sample pipeline. And there's a small script that you need to know how this is happening. Okay, so let's go to our this one and go to the plugin and select for pipeline. Okay, pipeline job. Okay, and go ahead and install this without a restart. To install your pipeline jobs. So far you have been seeing only freestyle jobs. Now you will also get a pipeline job. So let's go and write a pipeline job and see what happens, right? See here, you get a pipeline. Orchestrates long-running activities that can span multiple build agents, suitable for building pipelines, formerly known as workflows, right? So let's put a test build job, test pipeline. Select this pipeline. Okay. It's a declarative pipeline. Okay. There are two pipelines. One is scripted pipeline, one is declarative pipeline. Scripted pipeline it has some kind of a scripting syntax you need to do in Groovy, whereas this one is in the declarative. It's very simple to write and use, right? Test pipeline. Just go down to the pipeline section, and you can just a minute. We didn't put the pipeline declarative. Let's go and check here. Miss something, right? A lot of plugins I put it here. I'm not really sure which plugin I put it, right? Test pipeline 1050. Okay. Go to pipeline job. Just go down here. You have option to write the script here, or you have option to write the script and place it in source code and take it from there, right? We will see both ways, right? So let's go and put a pipeline script and try some sample scripts here. Let's do a hello world, right? So this is what your pipeline syntax is. Let's go open this out and go and see what is there, right? So for pipeline, this particular block is very, very important, and these are the mandatory parameters that needs to be there inside the pipeline. So agent any means either you want to run in any agent that is available, or you are going to specify specific agents, right? We will talk about this when we talk about the when we work on the master slave architecture, right? That time we will change this agents. For now, just keep it any, so it will still run in the master. So you have different stages. One stage we called hello, and just steps we just say echo hello world. That's all, nothing, right? So let's go and try to run this job and see what happens. It's a pipeline. Okay, just go do a build now. Okay. Nothing will happen. Okay, it will simply go and print the C. It's going inside the pipeline. It will ping you. So in this way, you will be able to write your pipeline. Okay, and you can go and call your n number of jobs. You can call your n number of jobs, and here you will get a visual thing also, right? This is a one way to do. Now this is a normal pipeline. Now how do I bring this pipeline into my job, right? Automate my jobs. Just let's go back to our 1015 package job. Okay, go back to the configure. I'll show you in my GitHub how to write a pipeline for building our things all automatically, right? But when you're running the pipeline, make sure my new name, right? So my new name. Okay, here. So now there's a file called Jenkins file. You can write any file name, but by default, Jenkins file is what it will take for the pipeline. So when you click on this, this is the pipeline. Okay, let me take this entire pipeline code. We will go through and you will be able to understand. It's very simple. Okay, it looks bigger, but it's very simple. Okay, let's go and see this. Okay, so first thing, it's again inside the pipeline. Okay, that's no, we are aware of that. Agent any, so it will run in the master itself for now. And then we have different stages, and one stage is build stage. In this stage, what we are going to do, we are going to print the Maven version, and we are going to run the Maven clean and package. Clean and package. Okay, it's simply going to create the package. That is for batch file, since we are running in Windows. If you're running in Linux, it will be sh shell script. Okay, then post section will always execute. In post, if it is success, then it will say it will archive the artifact, and you have a method to archive artifacts also. I will show you how to check all these things, right? Artifacts, you can archive this artifact. So what we have done, we have written a job to do this, and now this pipeline is going to do this. If it is failed, it will say your this one has failed. Okay, the next step is to deploy to staging. Deploy to staging, here I have a step which says you wait for 5 minutes, and my manager need to approve before I deploy to production or dev, wherever it is, right? So this is always timeout. In time, in units, you can give minutes, hours, and seconds. Okay, this is I'm waiting for 5 minutes, and it'll ask you approve the deployment to proceed. When you say deploy to proceed, it will call this build job, whatever we have now, 10 15 build job we have read, deploy job, that it will call. Once it is done, it will just say post either success or failure. That's all. It's very, very simple. So what are we going to do? We are going to change this little bit, right? We are going to change this, only this one we need to change. Okay, so what we will do, we will go back and see how to change this and how we can, for that, first thing we need to do, I don't want now this package job is not needed. Okay, package job is not needed, and don't trigger this automatically. Okay, don't trigger this automatically. I don't want this one. Now I'm going to use everything pipeline. Okay, this is my package job, and if you go to another job, that's my 1015 deploy job, right? 1015 deploy job. This is what I need to use it in my here. That's it, 1015 deploy job. So what we are going to do, we just need to change this one. Go back to our 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah, we are in Maven. Go here. Okay, see that there is a Jenkins file. It can be any name. Okay, it can be any name. Click on Jenkins file. Everything is same, nothing is different. All that you need to do is just go down and change your build job name. So everything is written as a pipeline, so you can write it as a script. Okay, that's it. Now, as usual, just go ahead and try to add this, but yeah, let's go and add this. We are not going to trigger anything. Add this and go and do a commit -m updated Jenkins file. Git push. You should be able to push it there. Go back to my Maven, and under the Jenkins file, updated Jenkins file, pipeline script 13 seconds ago. Okay, now let's go and create a pipeline job to go and deploy this. So what we will do, we'll go and say new item, say 1015 pipeline job. Pipeline job. Make it a pipeline. Okay, good. Come here and say select this one because we need to refer it from here. Using pipeline. If you want, you can put a webhook ticker. It's up to you. Okay. And here go and say, select the pipeline from our source control management. Source control is Git. And last for you the repository. Give the repository. Once the repository is there, by default, it's the master branch and it will take Jenkins file. It is not mandatory that you need to have only this name. You can have any name, but you need to give the name correctly here. That's all. Okay. Now let's go and see if we are able to build this. Now, before we change this, just to make sure we are having something here, let's go and add some more so that we will know that it is getting changed, right? Where are we? It becomes very difficult to navigate every time, right? So if you are setting it up with some IDEs like Visual Studio Code, it will be very easy for you to just go and change it there and save it, right? Go and say this is from your pipeline. Okay, this is what we will have. Just go and say git add and go and say commit, control R, say commit, one more R, okay, and then just go and say push, control R, push, reverse search, right? Won't push this guy, you will have this one there. Now, once we run this job, this pipeline job, it has to automatically take this and do all the stuff that we are asking it to do, right? Let's go try to build this and see what happens, right? First time you will not get the stage view. Once it is running initially, then you will get it here. See what it is trying to do. It's first trying to check out. It's trying to build. If there are any error, it will stop here itself, okay? Make sure all the time your server is running, otherwise it will not be able to deploy it. So visually you can see the workflow, what is going on in each stage. Now, after the build is done, before the deployment, we are asking it to get the approval. Let's see what happens there, right? So hold on. Okay, now it went to the deploy to staging, correct? That's the path. See, it's asking approve the deployment to proceed. Only when you give proceed, it will proceed, otherwise it will abort. We have 5 minutes, so I'm not going to approve here. I'm going to go down here and show you. You can approve there also, right? You can approve in all the places. Okay, see, everything is happening by default, right? Nothing you have to do. Just scroll down to the entire stuff. It'll ask you here whether you want to approve the deployment to proceed. You have to proceed or abort. If you abort, it's going to go down. If you proceed, it's going to do the next step, right? Let's see here. Whatever we have given in the pipeline, that's what is having archiving the pipeline. And then timeout is set to expire in 5 minutes. And it's asking us to approve as an input step, approve to proceed. Your here in this case, I'm asking to approve the console, but you can also have some plugins. You can send notification to Teams. You can send notification to Yahoo email. You can send notification through Slack channel. You can do all those things, right? And if you integrate that, then your manager will get a alert in the email or in the Slack channel or Teams, Microsoft Teams, and he can approve from there, and it will start moving. But you need to give the time accordingly. Okay, if nobody is approving within 5 minutes, it will automatically get aborted. Okay, let's go and proceed here. After it proceed, it's approved by admin now. It's deploying and it's calling that project deploy job. Once that is deployed successfully, you have to get the code deployed to Tomcat successfully. Everything is fine. Go ahead here and do this and see what happens. What happened? Something is not happening right. Where did we put this? Okay, I think there is some problem. In our pipeline, sorry, in our pipeline job, go to your Can someone find out what is the problem? Where is your 10:15 deploy job? Okay, what we have asked it to do, we have asked this guy to take the war file from the previous one. All right, it started here. We asked it to take it from package build. That is why it is copying the artifact from package. It should not copy the artifact from package. Instead, it has to copy it from our pipeline. Okay, just go to the deploy job, configure here. Since it took it from the previous one, it has just given the same one. Let's go and change that out and we will try to run it again, right? It should work. So if you go here, what we are trying to say, you take it from this job, don't take it from this job, take it from 10:15 pipeline job. Whatever is created from pipeline, you take that. Do an apply now. Now go back to 10:15 pipeline job and go and run this fellow and see if it works correctly, right? Build now. It is started. It's trying to check out. It's trying to build. Build will take some time. So last time it took 31 seconds. You need to be careful if you are using existing jobs. Proceed. Okay, it's done now. See if we are able to get that right. Okay, so this is how you can run. Everything is automated. All that you need to just do is additionally add a webhook for this. And as you keep changing your code, you check in, it will automatically build. If there are any error, the build will fail, and you can go and fix that error. Go move forward, right? That's how it has to happen, right? So in the pipeline, we have seen there are a lot of things that wonders you can do in pipeline. Okay, so you can go and refer to the documentation and you can see a lot of pipelines, lot of scripts that you can do. Okay, let's go and see how you can go and generate the syntax and how you can use it in your pipeline. Right. Okay, just go to the pipeline and scroll down and you have a pipeline syntax, right? Right click and open in a new tab. Go here and this is what your steps are. Like say for example, I want to archive my artifact, right? What is the file to archive? Just put your file here, start.war, right? Generate a pipeline script. Just take this and copy there. Copy it to this place, right? That's it. That's it. Done, right? So this is how you need to do. So now the thing that we have done is we have done a timeout. Let's go and see if we have something called timeout. So enforce time limit, timeout of 5, whether it is a nanosecond, microsecond, millisecond, say 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, generate this, and this is how you can have timeout. You can have like this, or you can have an as an input block also, right? You can have an input block, wait for interactive input, right? Give a message, please approve to proceed. So this way you can go generate all the scripts like this input, please approve to proceed, right? So that's what we have given here. Input message. Timeout is this one. Under the timeout, we have to say input message, approve to proceed. Right? So these are all the things that you can go and do. You want to call another job, you don't know how to call that, go and check for the build job here, right? build another job, right? Which one you wanted to build? Say, for example, I want to build 10-15 package up. Okay, don't worry about this. What is there? Just go and generate this. It will just give you this. Okay, it's not only this. You can, based on your different plugins you have, it will have. You can check if you want to do a checkout, right? You can also do a checkout from version control. Okay, I want to do a checkout directly. I want a Git in which repository you want it, right? So go and copy this. Okay, so you can keep playing with this. Okay, master branch, all that is fine. Just go ahead and put this. You just take this and put it as one step. It will go and check out everything from there. But by default, checkout is already enabled for you because you're asking us to check out from the Jenkins in the job. If not, you can put this. Okay, so this way that you can go and generate all your pipeline syntaxes that you want. It's very difficult to remember everything, so better to go here and check. Okay, you want to send an email, you can send an email to somebody, right? Say for example a@a.com, right? a@a.com, recipient provider, a build user or a contributor or any other people, developer, requester, and all those things you can put it here. What subject you want, right? Test sub subject, what body you want, hi, how are you, and go and generate a pipeline. This is what you will get it, right? So this is how you can go use this, but make sure all the um, what to say, your plugins are there correctly, otherwise it will not work. Okay, just keep that alone. Okay, so run a shell script, whatever you want, you can do it here, right? You can also do a generative declarative syntax. You can see the agent, right? You want to run any agent, it will simply say agent AD, or you want to change this label, matching label, that agent which has the matching label called Linux, that alone you want to do, just go and say, it will say agent label Linux, right? So these are all the some few things that you have on a different thing, right? So this only this label we need to see. So tomorrow we will talk about how to create a master slave architecture. We'll see how to create a master slave architecture and how to run our jobs in the specified node instead of running in the master. Okay, fine. So with that, tomorrow we will be completing our this one. So just take a look at these pipelines, and I will share this codes and all those with you, and you guys can keep working as you need, and based on your requirement you can go and change your code pipeline. Okay, any questions that you guys have? Let me go and clean up this while you have some questions. If not, let me go and clean up all this stuff, right? If you're doing it in this one, just make sure you are okay. So I'm not going to terminate this instance. I'm just going to stop this instance. Okay, and I will stop both, and we will try to use it tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, yeah, okay. If I stop only the issues, I will get a different public IP. That is fine, but that will not affect anything. And also, please make sure you stop your this one, and this also you stop here. And make sure you stop your Tomcat, right? That's very important. Background, it will still be running. And next time when you try to do, see, it's already we close that small window, so it is trying, it's throwing error, but we should have actually stopped instead of closing that window. Okay, but anyway, that's fine. Okay, and this is what we have for our today's class. Okay, just close all these things which is not needed. So giving you all the steps there in this PPT. So this PPT is already there, I believe. So please take that and start putting it. And I will also share this one, right, where you have how to install Maven. how to set up the path in your this one and how to change this one, right? So you can have this. Okay. Any other questions that anyone has? Please try out all these things, right? It looks very easy when I'm doing, but if you actually try out is where we will have issue, right? You saw, right? Even I'm not really sure why that failed, so I have to go and debug and find out. Okay. Anything else from anyone? We now.
No, Chandra.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks, and we'll see you meet tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and we will do that master slave architecture, and we will start off with the next one. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
sure. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Thank you all.